Good morning. This is the English 11 presentation for Monday, August 17th. So this is what we're doing in class today. So I will get you started. Just as a reminder, I am not doing live Google Meets at this time during class. That will probably change sometime in the next 2 weeks. But for now, this is working. So this is what we're going to continue to do as we get settled. When you log into Canvas, remember you need to go to the monthly agendas tab and click on the agenda so you can see what we're doing each day. So today we're doing a grammar diagnostic. We're going over some author background, and I'm giving them time in class to work on their summer reading projects. Reminder, you need to complete the information survey by this Friday. That's when it's due. That's very important. And your summer reading is due a week from Friday. So to get to that back to school survey, if you're logged in to Canvas and you go to modules, sorry, sometimes it's slow. This back to school module is all the stuff that is just back to school things that we need. So this right here, this information form is what you need to complete by Friday. I must have that. It is a participation grade. Also, in class today, we were doing this grammar diagnostic. It is also a participation grade. So you either do it or you don't. This is not graded on accuracy. It will tell you how well you did, but that's not how I'm putting it in the grade book. This lets me know exactly what you need help working on. These are ACT style grammar questions. That way we know what we need to focus on for this school year. Do your best. You have to answer every question. It forces you to answer every question, but do your best, and that way I know how to best help you. After that, we are going to go over some background information for our first author, Ambrose Bierce, and we read his first story in class on Wednesday. So if you click right here, this Unit 1, Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, you'll see right here there's a presentation. So that's where we're going, and so I already have it opened here. So let's talk about this. Ambrose Bierce, he is our first author. And he's a short story writer. He's known for his satirical wit and sardonic humor. If you remember, satire is when you exaggerate something to make a point, to teach a lesson. So Saturday Night Live is the best example I can think of being satirical or satire. It blows something out of proportion to prove a point. And Ambrose Bierce does a lot of this in his writing, and he's also known for his sardonic humor. The word sardonic means cynical. So he just was very cynical about life, and this earned him the nickname of Bitter Bierce. His stories can be sort of depressing. They don't have happy endings usually. It comes across as very bitter. And he wrote newspaper articles as well. And even in his newspaper articles, he came across as very bitter. His most famous story is the one we are reading on Wednesday. And it's called An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. We will be talking more about that on Wednesday. And he is a realist in his writing. Realists present things as they are. They don't over exaggerate. They use realistic plots, realistic timeframes, realistic towns. If you remember from 10th grade, reading, what's it called? The short story we read about the poker player and all those that died. Outcast of Poker Flat. There you go. That's realist. It has a realistic setting. Your characters are very believable. That's how Bierce wrote, was very realistic. And one of the reasons he did that is because of his background. He served in the 9th Indiana Regiment during the Civil War. So he fought on the side for the North, okay, as Southerners. Don't hold that against him. But he actually served in the war, and he gained attention in a battle for rescuing a fellow soldier while being fired upon. So he wasn't just a passive soldier. He was quite active. And he is one of the only major authors of this time period to have firsthand knowledge of the Civil War. A lot of authors wrote about the Civil War, but very few of them actually participated. So that's one of the reasons why his writing is so realistic. And then in 1914, he was writing newspaper articles, and he went to Mexico to observe firsthand the Mexican Revolutionary War. And sometime that year, he went missing. So his death is very mysterious. We don't know if he died in 1914, 15, 16. We don't really know. 1914 is the year most people say he died, but it's a very mysterious death, which I think is very appropriate for someone who is so bitter about life. Just for his death day, very mysterious. And so I want you to think about how his war experiences might affect his writings. So think about that. And that's what we will see on Wednesday. But there's also, if you go back to the page on Canvas, there's also an article here about Bierce and his writings and his experiences in the Civil War. So I'd like you to read that to help you sort of make predictions about what's going to happen on Wednesday. Do not start reading this text yet. Okay, it is for Wednesday. Just because something is published on Canvas doesn't mean I'm ready for you to use it yet. So we will talk about occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge on Wednesday, but first you need to know about Bierce. And then after that in class, whatever remaining time we have left, I am giving them to work on their summer reading projects. Remember, you can do it digitally. If you know how to do that, you can turn it in. All the instructions and the turn-in spot are here. If since you are at home and you're a blended or virtual student, you will need to submit yours digitally, whether that's a picture or you do it in Google Slides or Google Docs or whatnot. If you have questions about that, you can email me. I'll probably get to them tonight. So yes, I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget about this information form right here. I really need that. And I will talk to you later.